The following Divrei Torah are in memory of my mother, Le'ilu Nishmat Rachel Bat Yosef Chaim, Ruach Adonai Tanichena Began Eden. Parshat Vayeishev begins, Vayeishev Yaakov be'eretz migurei aviv be'eretz Canaan. Ele toldot Yaakov, Yosef ben 17 shana haya ro'eh et echav batzon, vehu na'ar, et bnei Bilha ve'et bnei Zilpa, neshei aviv. Vayave Yosef et divatam, Ra'ah el avihem. Yaakov settled in the land of his father's travels, in the land of Canaan. These are the chronicles of Jacob. Joseph, at the age of 17 years, was a shepherd with his brothers by the flock. But he was a youth with the sons of Bilha and the sons of Zilpah, his father's wives. And then Joseph would bring evil reports about them to their father. Yaakov wants to come, relax, settle in his land, which implies that he's taking up residency. The Torah is using the words of in the land where his fathers traveled and wandered. There was a contrast that his fathers wandered and traveled and was constantly moving from place to place. Yaakov came back to Canaan and he wanted to retire. What's so wrong about that? Hashem had other plans though. You see, Yaakov had a lot of difficulty at this point. He settles in the land. He had to deal with when Shechem kidnapped Dinah and violated her. Then we have to deal with Hashem orchestrating the sale of Yosef. What does Hashem want from Yaakov? That the Torah is recording it as if he has a problem with Yaakov wanting to relax, take it easy, and retire in the land of Canaan. Yaakov had young children. The Torah says Yosef was a youth, a young boy, and he was carrying tales to his father, reporting to his father everything that his brothers did wrong. When you have children, there's no time to relax. When you're an active member in a community, when you're a leader, a role model, you can't relax. Hashem doesn't want Yaakov to just wash his hands from responsibility and just relax and take it easy, even if it's just to sit and learn and study the Torah. This is not what a job is to do. You have to constantly go and give over to your children lessons, inspiring them, teaching them, showing them the right way. The pasuk then continues, stating these are the chronicles of Yaakov, and immediately says that Yaakov had a son, Yosef, who was a young man, 17 years old, and he was a shepherd. He had other children. Why are we going immediately to Yosef? Let's put this into context. Esav represents the Yetzer Hara, the Satan. And Yaakov represents the Bnei Israel, the Jews. From the time a child is born, the Yetzer Hara, the Satan, attaches himself to this Jewish child, trying to inspire this child to go off the derech of Hashem, the way of Hashem, and to make sins. The Yetzer Hara tries to befriend everybody. This is Esav. He's so big, he's so mighty. He even tried to clothe himself in an outwardly appearance of being a righteous individual, yet inwardly we knew what his temptations and desires were. We knew that he was a wicked person. Yaakov understood that Yosef, who the Torah refers to as a tzaddik, would be the conduit for Bnei Israel to conquer their evil inclination. That's why immediately the Torah says Yosef was the main chronicles of Yaakov. What was so special about Yosef? A midrash teaches us that when Yaakov was coming back to Canaan and he has to meet his brother Esav, he introduces his brother to his wives and then his children. That's how the Torah describes the meeting. When it comes time to the end of that meeting, it says Yosef went out, but it doesn't say that his mother Rachel went out. Yosef understood who his uncle Esav was. Yosef understood that Esav was a wicked person. Yosef knew that his mother was a beautiful woman, and he was afraid that Esav would see his mother and desire her, wanting to make sins with her. So Yosef goes out in front of his mother to protect his mother from being seen by Esav. Chacham Yosef Chaim, also known as the Ben Ish Chai, offers the following story to give an example of what Hashem wants from us as Jews and how we should live our lives. There was a man who was a thief, and he was condemned to death. And as a final courtesy, the jailer said, "We know you're going to die. We're going to allow you to speak to your mother one last time." So they arrange a meeting. The mother comes, she's heartbroken, and she's realizing she's going to see her son for the final time before he's executed. This thief, this condemned man, goes to his mother, leans into her. One would think that he was going to confide in her something and whisper or embrace her. What does he do? He bites off her ear, mutilating her face. Everybody watching this encounter is completely shocked. What does this thief say? He says, "Listen, don't feel bad for my mother. This is all her fault. My whole life growing up, I was mischievous. I made mistakes. My mother always said it's a youthful indiscretion. He's young. What do you want from him? Let him be. This is what children do. She always looked the other way. She never rebuked me. She never disciplined me. And look what I turned out to be. I grew up thinking it's okay to be a thief." This is how we have to live our lives. These are the lessons we glean from these psukim in Parshat Vayeishev. The mission of a Jew is to always move forward and keep going. Don't be content with the level that we have reached. As long as we're able to continue, we continue moving forward. Don't be comfortable and say, "I've achieved enough." We must always guide our children in a positive way, positively influencing them to live a life of Torah and mitzvot and to do what Hashem wants. This way, all the ideals that we live by will be preserved, perpetuated, and built upon by our children and the next generation. Additionally, there's nothing wrong with being wealthy. There's nothing wrong with being successful. But we have to understand something. We are in Olam Hazeh, this world, to work in order to achieve great spiritual wealth in Olam Haba, the world to come. We have to recognize that all the blessings that Hashem bestows upon us, all the material wealth that He gives us, all our personal successes, are given to us so we can enjoy this world, so it will be comfortable for us to keep moving forward and inspiring people around us to live a life of spirituality. By doing this, we will attain even greater spiritual rewards that will be waiting for us in the world to come.